Right, we're going to do a short Lego set tonight because that's just the way it's going to be. It's going to be this set, so that's not a very exciting introduction, but this has got Clemens in it. Yay, Clemens is back. I don't actually know why they've got like a named person there. Maybe they're in like a book or a TV series or something. I had a Lego book when I was a kid. It was about a guy in space, but I forgot what it was called. I think I may have it somewhere. I was quite happy with that book when I was. It was like a comic book thing. I just thought I'd mention that. So, oh, that reminds me of another. Oh, right. I think I've had a bit of a bad day Lego wise. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just rip it off. Okay, that actually is a lot harder than I thought. Okay. Because I actually bought another little Harry Potter collectible minifigure, but I left it in my pocket, and I think it fell out of my pocket on the way home because I was on a bicycle. And I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. It's like I should have just put it in my backpack, but I didn't. It's got me kind of a bit miffed. It's all my own silly fault. It was just the one though, so that's okay. Let's see. But then I'm like, oh, then I have to get that. I know what I got, and then I'm like, well, I have to get that character again at a later point if I want them. And I'm gonna feel like a bit like put out by the whole thing when I have to buy another one. Then it wasn't really a character that I wanted to buy so that badly, so maybe I won't bother getting them again. But anyway, I wanted to do this set after I've ruined the box completely, because this is interesting. It's got this little thing in the corner here that shoots like water, but it's like a different little item for shooting things that I've never had before. I thought it was a 4+ set actually. It looks like a 4+ set. It's just got that kind of general appeal, but it doesn't actually have 4+ in the corner. So, and this looks slightly more complicated than I was anticipating, but not too much more complicated. So, let's go. Aquaman can sit over there. I bought this set a while back. It was last in the shop. It was kind of on reduced declare, but not like hugely reduced declare. But you know, it was still a pretty cheap set. So let's do this. Doesn't matter which bag I open first. That bag can go away. The Stormtrooper person can go there as well. Yeah, this desk is just not tidy today. But that's okay. We're all friends here. Not that anyone has watched any of these videos for quite a while. So that's just life, I guess. But that's alright. I'm going to continue pretending that people watch this. So that for prosperity, so one day people will watch these videos. I really have to work on my other channel, which I keep getting new subscribers to, and it's obviously a lot more popular than this channel is going to be. But it requires a lot more effort than just playing with Lego set. Look at that. Okay, next page. So there we are. I think I've mentioned this on this channel that I've always found the Fire People's helmets when I was a kid to be like so weird, because they don't go that way. You can't put them around the front way, but they have like the thing at the back, which makes a lot more sense when you're an adult. But when you're a kid, it's just like, what? Ow. I think I just poked myself with something. Oh, that's right, electronics. Fine. This can go there. Have I ever had this piece before? This little black piece? Possibly. There's so many different types of pieces you could use for putting wheels on that it's hard to choose sometimes. What have we got here? This piece here though, that's coming up, I've definitely had this a lot of times. In fact, I think I haven't had this one for quite a while, so it's kind of like a reunion. It's like, it's nice to get this one back. Is this exactly the same though? I don't remember it being exactly like this on the bottom. It's slightly curved, not curved, but not completely flat. So that just goes there. I think this is actually genuinely going to be a quick video, because what do I have to do? I'm going to try and make it definitely a 15-minute video at most. Right, and then this thing here, we're going to another one of these on the front. There's another wheelbase. I think it's the one that's got it comes up and there's like another bit that sticks out in the front. like as though there was one of these sitting at the front, but on the 4 long. I think that's the one that I most had when I was a kid. There's just one that I had one car base when I was a little kid that I was like it was like one of my best pieces, and it's like, well, this is my prize piece. It's great for making all sorts of cars, and it wasn't this piece, but it was something. So I know I had the ones that you have for the little tiny cars, which I haven't seen for a while. Maybe they don't make those ones anymore. I've had a couple of those. If I can find one of those ones, I'll bring them out. But wheelbases are always an important piece, I think. Especially if you don't have a lot of Lego. They're just like they do end up being your prized possessions. Okay, which is strange. That and pieces that rotate round. Yeah, you can't go past those. All right, and what have we got next? We've got what was that? That's the little booklet for Series 16. This piece here. This is what I'm after, and that one can go there. And got myself a little. Actually, I can show what it looks like. It's right here. I got myself one of these. In fact, I've got 2 of them now, which have little cameras on the front, and you can drive like first-person view. So that's my first-person view vehicle. But that one there that I just showed you is slightly faulty and has a broken on and off switch, which I'm pretty sure I am skilled enough to be able to repair. This is all about cars today, all about cars. But if not, it's like, well, I could, hopefully, it looks like you can take the camera part apart. Like I'm going to guess that I could get the camera bit out and power that separately. And then I'm just going to stick it on a drone and then have a cheap FPV drone, which will almost certainly make me want to be ill and sick and throw up. Because I get car sick easily, or seasick easily, especially when I have not been on a boat or in a car for quite some time. But I showed these cars to some children today, and I was like, "You're going to get sick if you pick the car up while you're looking through the goggles." But they said they did, but I don't think they really were getting sick, because I think they go in cars on a greater frequency than what I do. I ride a bike all the time, and if I haven't driven in a car for quite some time, I get car sick quite easily. And if I haven't been in a car for a very long time, I will in fact get car sick even if I am the driver, which is not usually the case. So, crazy times indeed. But having said that, I've been driving that car around a little bit today, and I haven't got sick today. But yesterday, I accidentally picked it up while I had the goggles on, and then I was like, oh man, I feel sick. So doing it with a drone might not go down too well, but who knows. It's a good thing about these kind of stuff. I in fact tried to make kind of my first attempt at a first-person view vehicle was a little Lego Mindstorms car with a little Lego cameras that you got. Originally, I think you get with that movie maker sets that they had for a while, including the very first Jurassic Park 3 Lego set, which was always really strange for me. It's like they had these little movie maker things with these cameras, which I might dig up because I've got a couple of these cameras, and you could get like the only time they had a licensed Jurassic Park set happens to be for these movie maker things. I mean, later on they have many more, as evidenced by the fact that we recently did on this channel a Jurassic World set, but back then they had like one, and it was Jurassic Park 3, which I did watch recently, and I did not think it was as bad as it could. In fact, I watched, wait for it, I didn't pay $19.95, but there's Jurassic Park: The Lost World, the collector's edition, The Lost World, which was okay. I don't think I do remember going to see that at the cinema, but it isn't quite as gripping and as good as the first one. And I was actually kind of surprised that Steven Spielberg was the director on that. I thought, wow, they must have passed it off to somebody else by that point, He just wanted to do the one movie, and then move on. But no, he did the second one too, and it just wasn't as good. But it wasn't terrible. But somehow I found that looking back on it in recent times, I feel like I prefer Jurassic Park 3 to 2. Maybe because I find Jeff Goldblum in that not to be as charismatic as maybe he is. Feels like he's just going by the books. He's not really into it in that film. Or it could have just been me. And now we've got this, and we've got this. So, I mean, everybody's coming back for the next Jurassic World, so that's going to be crazy. It's like, they're all going to be like dinosaurs everywhere, all over the place, and it's like, well, that's how they ended The Lost World. In a rather awkward and tacked-on fashion. Right. So, it just does not look anything like the car in the picture so far. So, it's pretty exciting. I think I've done everything. And now we've got to do this and this. And of course at the end of Jurassic World there's a scene where dinosaur knocks over this big 76 ball thing at petrol stations, gas stations or whatever in the States, which we don't have 76s in New Zealand, whatever that's actually how you're supposed to say it. But I did go to the States soon after, not in 2000-ish. And I took a photo of my travel mascot soft toy right next to that, pretending that they were the dinosaur knocking over the 76 ball. And I was using a disposable camera which has a pinhole lens, and so you can pull off tricks like that, kind of, because they're focus free is what they call them, so that it would always be in focus, so it looked like they were kind of. So even though the soft toy was like down here and the 76 was miles away over here, if you were sitting down right here, it would kind of look. But things don't line up in the viewfinder on those kind of cameras, and so the photo that I made didn't really work that well. So anyway, in a future video, I'm going to show that photo, and you'll be like, what? It's a terrible photo. Just didn't work. Yeah, well. Okay, I've been thinking a lot about pinhole cameras actually recently, because I've been thinking a lot about my eyes and vision loss, and kind of the fact that if you make a little pinhole with your fingers like this and then look through it, everything is so much clearer. But it feels like you're cheating. It's like I don't need to worry. I'll always have my fingers like this, so I can always see whatever I want. Who needs to focus? Right, what are we up to here? Well, I can focus perfectly fine here, so it's all good. But then I look on like these charts, and they're like, I think did I mention this in the last video, like the rate of decay, and like by the time you get to like sometime in your 50s, then you won't be able to focus on things that are closer than 50 centimeters or something like that. It's like the expected. It's like that's a very long distance. That's like way longer than this. It's like almost twice as long as this. It's like that much longer than these things. And it's like, well, then I won't be able to focus on what I'm doing here. I'll have to wear glasses to do this, and that's freaking me out, because it's like, wow, it's not that far away. All right. But my goal in life is to be able to get to 60 years old, which is not going to happen, and not need glasses to focus on something this close to me, which is less than 50 centimeters. It's about 40 centimeters. So centimeters is the proper way of doing things. So if you're like, what's a centimeter compared to an inch? Can you put that in inches? And the answer is no. And I'm not even going to try, and I'm not even going to think about it. All right. And so this, I don't like this. This is something wrong with this. I've done something wrong, because this. Oh no, I didn't push it down. That's why. I was going to like, these things don't line up. That feels awkward. But I didn't push that down. There was no satisfying click. And that one goes there. That one goes there. How much time we've got? Oh, well, we lost the 15-minute thing. We've still got too much time. Where did she come from? She's just going to sit over there on the side. Maybe that yellow was a prominent feature on the box. Where's the box gone? Oh, it was. I just really didn't see the yellow part. Why would there be yellow? It looks like it's got like slabs of cheese sitting on the side. Clemens is a very messy driver. They're putting their cheese everywhere. Right. There's Cheesy Clemens. Here comes Cheesy Clemens. And that goes, that looks nice. That looks good. That works well. But of course that piece is, I'm sure, designed exactly for that, but that works out well. And now we need this thing, which is going to be the satisfying part. Here's a satisfying click. Well, it wasn't that satisfying. Donk. And I think there's just the wheels. Oh, and there's the star of the show coming up, which is the projectile shooting device. Oh, we haven't done the tree. There's a tree in this thing as well. I can't believe they left the tree to the end. That's just not normal behavior. Normally they do like the silly side bit first, and then lead into the main event. But now they're doing the main event and then finishing with like the dessert. This is what the tree is. The tree is the dessert. Alright, the wheels spin well, and we have an owl. The owl is pretty good. I haven't really looked at the owl. And they've got one eye open and one eye closed. I don't know what they're doing during the middle of the day. Why is there an owl during the middle of the day with a fire? It's like, this is a very sleepy. Oh, and I guess because they're asleep, and they're very carefully hidden the fact that one of the eyes is open by only showing that one. But you can see clearly on the back that one of their eyes is open. They're probably like, oh, okay. Or they're like looking at the fire with one eye, and then they're sleeping on the other side. It's like a strange bird to have sitting in the tree during the day. But I guess they're like, people are complaining there aren't enough owls. So this is the main bit. And we haven't actually made it yet. We've got 2 steps to do. Oh, we've got this thing to do. Well, where did that piece go? That piece is there. So this is a bit more work, this piece. It's not spring loaded, so you have to kind of push things in. So it's nowhere near as exciting as other ones are. In fact, it kind of just pops back out again. Is there something else I meant to put in the middle? Wait, what have I done? Oh, I've done it really wrong. That goes that way, doesn't it? No, does it go that way? How does this work? No, it goes... Oh, it does go that way, okay. I think it's supposed to fall down the middle. It's not falling down the middle. Am I supposed to push it in? With a flag? There we go, it's being pushed in. And then I need to... I actually have to read the instructions on how to do this. So that one goes in. Well, there's a nice sort of like, there's a nice resistance in there, so you can see that they're not going to fall out or anything. You do actually have to push them out. I'm going to just try one. Oh, nowhere near as exciting as the other ones, but it's something different. And you do get 3 at once, so you probably could go like that. Well, that only got 2 out. They didn't get all 3 of them out, which does sort of lead into the water effect somehow. That does look like it's raining when that happens. Right, and then this one goes here, and that works well. All right, and now I have to do the tree very quickly. Get the flag out of the way. 1 is this thing. Okay, and there isn't much to this tree. This is a very... I guess this is why they really didn't lead with it. It's like you're going to be like, what a great start. And then we're going to put 2 of these ones on, very standard green leaves. And I'm not actually sure how this piece is going to stay on. Oh my goodness, this is weird. So we're making some fire, which just looks like Lucozade. And then it's going. I don't know if that's a common thing to have around the world, but it's like a fizzy drink thing that looks orange. And there we go. And it just sits there. It doesn't actually stay on. It just sort of falls off, which is exactly how fire works in real life. It just sort of falls off. There we go. And we've got this thing, which I obviously have forgotten to do. There was... oh no, it's a spare one. They give you a spare one. Well, that doesn't make any sense. What would I do with a spare one? Well, the spare one can just sit there. And here's a spare bullet, and here's a spare red thing, and here's a spare white one. So they can all just sit there. So you do get some interesting pieces. So what do I think of the set? Just to finish off, well, it's fine. It does the job. I just find that it looks like a race car. It's like, oh, I don't know. It rolls well. It feels good. It actually feels like, you know, like a decent toy car, to be honest. And it shoots things. I feel like this is the set that you know, kids want because they want a racing car that shoots bullets. But their grandparents are like, no, we should get you something that's more sensible, and we want you to grow up to be a fireperson, a firefighter, and so we're going to get you this one. And then the child's like, ah ha 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 ha, fooled you yet again. It's a race car that shoots things. So, but the guy's got a silly hat and really, really, really prominent sideburns. Are those sideburns? They're kind of like that's their beard growing up the side there. Right. Oh, it doesn't quite fit. His helmet. You have to. Oh gosh. Okay, sit back. Sit back. He has to sit back a bit before the. No, you can't close the. Why can't you close the lid? Is he not sitting properly? I want him to sit in there, and I want to close the top. Okay, I think that's actually closed. Okay, it does close, but only just. It's very, very close to touching the top. That's that, and the fire's there. The tree really is an afterthought that doesn't add anything. But I guess you have to have a point to the whole thing. And the owl is appreciated because you can't have too many owls, but it doesn't make any sense. Alright, thanks for watching. And, oh, what's on the next page? Just to make it go a bit longer. You can make creative stuff. And that's the pieces. So there's no other city sets to look at, which is a shame. Nothing on the back. All right, nothing on the inside. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. Bye.